Yes, fight fans, body and mind, sports, my people. You are fully appreciated in this round, my guys, my people. Let's kickstart things off with Manny Pacquiao, my guys. 46 years old. Manny Pacquiao, my guys, my people. On the 8th of June was inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame as a first ballot Hall of Famer, my guys. I am talking about Manny Pacquiao. The very first and only 8-division champion in the history of the sport. My guys, my people, he had a career that spanned, I think, around 27 years. He started his debut, he debuted in 1995 and retired in 2021, my guys, my people. After he lost his WBA strap in a beatdown at the hands of Uganis Ugas in 2021. A very one-sided thorough beatdown at the hands of Uganis Ugas. That title itself, Manny Pacquiao won it in 2019. Took it off Keith Thurman at the age of 40 years old. Pacquiao was at the time, and so set the record as the oldest champion in the history of the welterweight division, my guys, my people. Come the 19th of July, at the age of 46 now he is, right? He's gonna attempt to break his own record, my guys, as the oldest champion in the division, my guys, my people. And well, he's got a title shot against Marios Barrios, my guys, my people, at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, in the state of Nevada, my guys, my people. Now, to qualify Manny Pacquiao for this title shot, it was very controversial. To the balanced logic, right? Manny Pacquiao obviously does not deserve to be slotted into number 5 because he's not been competing and he's not been winning, obviously, because he's not been competing for the past 6 years, my guys, my people. And the way he looked in his last bouts, safety concerns, my guys, my people. But however, since he's been inducted into the Hall of Fame, the WBC has all of a sudden come out and said, oh, we now agree with the fans. This is Mauricio Suleiman, WBC president. Oh, we agree with the fans. It was a mistake. Manny Pacquiao should not have been ranked number 5 in the rankings. That was wrong. Obviously, you knew it was wrong from get-go. You just wanted to make a bit of, we know what, shimola, right? So, yeah, they got their wish, right? However, they've now decided to take him out of the rankings, and if you check in the rankings, he's no longer listed even in the top 15, which would mean, according to their ruling, that Manny Pacquiao no longer qualifies for a title shot, but he still gets a title shot. The reason why he no longer qualifies because you have to be ranked at least in the top 15 to get a title shot, and even then, that opportunity has to be granted to those who are ahead of you in the rankings, and if they don't take the opportunity, then you get your shot. But Manny Pacquiao didn't have to go through that process with the WBC. Why? Because the WBC says that according to their rule book, if you are a legend coming out of retirement, you can request for a title shot and it can be granted as long as the relevant commission, which in this case is the Nevada Athletic Commission, if they grant the request, so if they commission the fight and the retired fighter, in this case Manny Pacquiao, passes all medical examinations, which the WBC says he has, then of course he gets the title shot, my guys, my people. For me, that is the most bizarre and farcical rule that I've come across in boxing, my guys, my people, because number one, Manny Pacquiao retired a no champion, so it's not like he's a champion in recess. It's not like he's a champion in recess. So if you've not been competing, you don't deserve a title shot. You can't just jump in like that. Even George Foreman, when he came out of retirement, right, he had a couple bouts before he got his opportunity and title shot. You know, so yeah, Manny Pacquiao is really, really getting some real special privileges here, my guys, my people. So I just hope everything goes right though on the 19th of July. Let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. Hopefully, as they say, no medical issues, no beatdown arises from this, because I am predicting a beatdown at the hands of course, Barrios, my guys. Regardless that people think Barrios is a weak champion, I am predicting a beatdown, my guys, my people. That's it with me on that one. Let's move on to the next one, my guys, my people. So, Turki Al-Sheikh, he announced on social media, X, right, that he no longer wants to promote fights that he deems as Tom and Jerry type fights. So fights where you know, the fighter, quote unquote, may be seen as running and not engaging. I don't know whether I truly agree with that statement 100% by Turki, because boxing is an art. Right? It's an art. It's an art of survival in a battle situation, in a combat situation, right? It's an art of survival. And the art of survival, really, ultimately, when you look at it in a combat situation, the less you get hit, the better chance you have of surviving, right? So ultimately, that is the art of war, my guys, my people. In any battle scenario, any war scenario, in whichever way you want to see it in, right? The person that takes less hits is the person that usually wins, right? That is the art of combat. It's the art of combat. So yeah, I'll be very careful about, you know, how I take that statement on board. Also, different fighters have different traits. They have different traits in terms of talent. Some people are good with their feet, very agile, very athletic, while others have no choice but to stand in the pocket. A lot of the fighters that stand in the pocket and fight is because they have no choice. That is the only way they can fight. That is the only way they can fight, my guys, my people. And, you know, a lot of people have taken it on board as if Turki is targeting Devin the Dream Haney when he says this. Of course, Devin the Dream Haney, in his first outing against Jose Ramirez, right, since his loss to Ryan Garcia, right, he didn't engage much in that fight. His legs were doing most of the work for him. But that's expected, my guys. A fighter's already taken a loss. He's trying whatever he can to, of course, you know, get the win. Get the win. But you can't, if you're going to think about Devin Haney in this scenario, then you have to also think about Canelo. He didn't show no urgency to engage. When he fought William Skull, he didn't show no urgency. It looks like he was just satisfied with trying to get the win and guaranteeing himself a bag with Terence Bud Crawford come September the 13th. That's what it looked like to me, because when he fought Charlo, we saw a different Canelo. We saw a different Canelo. Of course, in that fight, what I saw was that when Charlo even made the slightest attempt to up the tempo of the fight, then Canelo would charge in. But that's not the Canelo we're used to. Canelo we're used to, he brings the fight to you from get-go, right? But in the William Skull fight, he didn't take the fight to William Skull. It's like he was looking for William Skull to initiate a real bout, my guys, my people. So he's dependent on other fighters. Now I'm sure Devin the Dream Haney, he wouldn't have used his legs as much if Ramirez was catching up to him and bringing the fight, because Ramirez wasn't really bringing the fight either, my guys, my people. He was just throwing 1 or 2 punches here and there, swinging and missing most times, and his legs were not doing that much work to try and get to Devin Haney either. So it goes both ways. You can't take a fighter's talents away from him by saying, oh, you can't run or whatever. But I do understand ultimately what he means. What he's saying is that engage enough to make it an entertaining fight, because after all, yes, it's a bout, but this is the entertainment business. You have to entertain the fans who pay money to watch these fights, my guys, and keep boxing alive as a sport, my guys, my people. Well, Turki, he has said that if you're a runner, if you're a Tom and Jerry type fighter, then you cannot compete at his events, my guys, my people. Hopefully he's not aiming it at Devin the Dream Haney, because Haney is a superb fighter, not a runner. Check his history, my guys, my people. And with that said, let's move on, my guys, my people. Again, Turki Al-Sheikh, who did announce that Terence Bud Crawford versus Saul Canelo Alvarez, my guys, my people. It is on. As we know, the date was scheduled time ago, the 13th of September, for Undisputed at 168 pounds, my guys, my people. A chance for Crawford to become a 3-division Undisputed champion, which will be the very first in the history of men's boxing, my guys, my people. So this is a huge fight, as Turki himself says. This will be the fight of the century, my guys, my people. You know, with 2 boxing legends in the ring, living legends, my guys, my people. Turki has confirmed that this will be a joint promotion between Dana White and, of course, Seller, which is a Saudi promotion, has worked extensively with Turki on the Riyadh season fight cards, right? It will take place in Las Vegas, the state of Nevada, at the Allegiant Stadium, right, which is home to the Raiders, my guys, my people. And what else did he say? It will be broadcast on Netflix. No pay-per-view, my guys, my people. So if you are subscribed to if you are one of Netflix's 300 million subscribers around the world, then you get this fight for free. It's free for you guys, my guys, my people, which is great, my guys, my people. But first, let me just say that I'm glad that all the confusion has been cleared up, because at first we didn't know whether this fight was actually going to take place at the now final venue that they've decided on, the Allegiant Stadium. In fact, they were contemplating whether to spread this fight or the fight card, you know, to different locations, to, you know, to stage the fight at the same time. So different locations, different venue. Now they've scrapped that. So great. Also, we didn't know whether it was Dana White by himself to promote, or it was just going to be Dana White together with Seller. Now we know. The air is clear, my guys, my people. And also the broadcaster, the streaming platform, we didn't know. We didn't know. First, he mentioned Turki mentioned Netflix, but also also mentions of the Zone, who Turkey has worked extensively, I think exclusively, since he entered boxing. He's been working with DAZN on the Riyadh season fight card. So again, we didn't know who the broadcaster, the streaming platform, was going to be, but now all of that has been cleared up, which is super great, my guys. And we have a fight on our hands. Netflix is a great choice, my guys. As we know, Mike Tyson and of course Jake Paul did 108 million views worldwide, my guys, my people. However, will this fight beat that record? I'm not sure. I highly doubt it would. But I won't be surprised if it actually, I would be surprised if it did, regardless that Canelo is the actual face of boxing. So he is the biggest money generator at box office, my guys, my people, by a long shot. By a long shot. You know, check this. His fight with Edgar Berlanga, over 500,000 pay-per-views. For Edgar Berlanga, who's not a huge name. It's an alright name, so you can see there Canelo's name doing most of the work, right, to get those figures. And he's not going up against Edgar Berlanga. He's going up against another well-known name in and amongst, I would say, hardcore fans, but amongst casual fans, maybe 1 in 4 fans may know him. So he's not totally obscure to casual fans, my guys, my people. Even myself, I know people who are not that much into boxing, but know who Terence Bud Crawford is, my guys, my people. So yeah, I think this would do big numbers as well. I'm not gonna put a figure out because I'm not sure, but I think it would do big numbers. But I highly doubt if it would do Mike Tyson and Jake Paul as a disappointment, as that may be, because Jake Paul is a pantomime show, my guys, my people. So yeah, that's my take on that one. Can it match Floyd Mayweather if this fight was pay-per-view? I'm not sure, you know. Floyd Mayweather, Paquiao, pay-per-view wise, would he have done the same? I highly doubt. But I think the gate would, you know, when we start comparing the gate after the fight happens, then we can see how well it does in comparison to Mayweather and Paquiao. But I doubt it's going to match it. But regardless, this is a huge fight. This is a super fight. This is history in the making, my guys, my people. Dana White, his very first big show in boxing, very first big show. I think it's the very first boxing show that he is promoting, that is a headliner. I believe it's the very first. So he's got a huge responsibility in his hands. I'm not surprised that Turkey is having seller work beside him, because he wants to make sure that Dana White don't flop the bag, my guys, my people. Whatever the case, Dana White is excited about the whole, you know, getting his feet wet in the sport of boxing, my guys, my people. Yeah, Canelo had something to say. He says come the 13th of September, he would once again show the world why he's the #1 pound for pound best fighter in the world, my guys, my people. I like the spirit. As for Terence Bud Crawford, he says, well, he's going to show everybody why he's the best in the world, my guys, my people. Regardless of who he stepped up against, he has always come up on top. Regardless of the division he has fought in, he has always come up on top, my guys, my people. And come September the 13th, his hands will be raised, my guys, and he'll show the world what greatness is. Super. I'm going for Crawford. Obviously, my guys, my people, he has been looking better throughout his career. No bumps on the road at all, my guys, my people. While Canelo, he has had a few bumps, had a few controversial wins as well, and losses. And in his last bouts, not looking so great, my guys, my people. In fact, looking like he does not want to engage in a hard fight. As for Terence Bud Crawford, he receives criticisms for the Majimov fight. What were you watching, my guys, my people? That's all I got to say about that one. But yes, it is great. The promotional press conferences, well, they're gonna take place. The first one is going to be in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, and that will be on the 20th of this month of June, my guys. Then they are going to go over to New York for the 22nd, my guys, my people. Then finally on the 27th, we are going to be having the last presser in, of course, Las Vegas, my guys. Now let's talk Boots Ennis, the unified champion with the WBA and the IBF in the welterweight division, my guys, my people. Ennis, who was very, very serious and adamant about becoming not only unified but undisputed at 147 pounds, a division that we all thought he was outgrowing. He himself expressed this, actually flip-flopping, going back and forth, my guys, my people. 1 minute he's saying he can make the weight easily, another he's saying I'm finding it hard to make the weight. So it's like he was undecided, to tell you the truth. And well, Eddie Hearn was doing his damn best to try and get him to the junior middleweight division. In fact, Tuki arranged a fight between Boots Ennis and Vergil Ortiz that was supposed to take place on the last crescendo fight card. Ennis didn't want that fight simply because of he had unfinished business at 147, my guys, my people. And recently he turned down a fight with Teofimo Lopez at 147, simply because Teofimo Lopez is stepping up a division, nothing to offer in terms of a title at 147, my guys, my people. Teofimo Lopez, who's currently the 140-pound WBO champ, my guys, my people. So Ennis said, no way, Jose, we ain't going there. We're doing things at 147 first, my guys, my people. And it seemed like his next bout was going to be against the WBO champion in Brian Norman. Yes, Brian Norman is going up against Jin Sasaki, my guys, the number 2 under the WBO, my guys, and they are fighting in Japan. Now, what I've heard, right, you know, is that Brian Norman was, Brian Norman and Boots Ennis and team, Eddie Hearn, of course, is Ennis' promoter. They were in negotiations to fight. However, Brian Norman said that he will go ahead and fight Sasaki after that bout. Then he will go on to face Boots Ennis next. And well, Eddie Hearn was of the he was of the stance that the contract is there. Sign the contract now so that we can guarantee the fight now. And then we know that that fight is happening after the Sasaki fight, my guys, my people. However, Brian Norman, he decided that, look, I'm not going to overlook Sasaki. I'm going to fight that fight. And a day after that fight, then I will sign the contract, my guys, my people. But most recently, my guys, according to Eddie Hearn, this was about a day or two ago, Eddie Hearn says that Boots Ennis will no longer be competing at 147 pounds, my guys, my people. So don't be surprised if he vacates his straps and moves up to 154 pounds and starts campaigning there, my guys, my people. He says that they're going to have one bout or two to test out the waters, then the Vergil Ortiz fight. Listen, no need to test out the waters. Go for that Vergil fight now. Go for it now. After all, Eddie Hearn does claim that Boots Ennis was a weakened fighter at 147, even in his best performances. For example, his Tanionis fight, right? He was a weakened fighter, and he will be fully hydrated, stronger, sharper, you name it. Is going to be full 100% Boots Ennis, my guys, my people. So why not pit him up against Vergil Ortiz? First fight, get it out of the way, man. My people, these are the fighters who Ben Shalom wants. His rising star in Ben Whittaker to face next, my guys, my people. After his well, he surprised me with his win against Liam Cameron. Not that he surprised me with the win, but the fashion that he won it in, showcasing power that Liam Cameron couldn't handle. Right? I actually predicted Liam Cameron would win it, that fight. Although, if Whitaker won, it wouldn't have surprised me. And it didn't surprise me, my guys, my people. But after that win now, what Ben Shalom says, he's looking for Whitaker to step at least a couple levels up in a domestic bout, my guys, my people. So he's trying to make Ben Whittaker a star, at least in the UK first, before moving him forward, my guys, my people. And he's searching for names such as Dan Azeez, my guys, my people, the same guy who, of course, Boatsy for. So now he's looking to pit Whitaker against fighters who he will have a common opponents with, when you compare him to, you know, fighters that are advanced further in their career. So Azeez, he has fought Joshua Boatsy, and Boatsy for me made that fight look easy. I think he took it easy on Dan Azeez, who is a friend of his. But look, Shalom also targeting the likes of Willy Hutchinson. Willy Hutchinson gave Richards a hard fight. My guys, my people. For real. Beat him, clearly beat him. I don't know what the hell Richards was doing in that fight. He just didn't look himself. Didn't even look like the Richards that you know, gave Bivol a competitive bout. Don't know how he totally melted when fight time came through. Hutchinson as well. Competitive fight against Boatsy. So Hutchinson is a real talented young light heavyweight. Very talented. So those are the two names that he's targeting. There was one more name, I believe so. But look, the Willy Hutchinson fight, I like that fight. I think Ben Whittaker, he easily beats Dan Azeez. I think Dan Azeez is tailor-made. Sort of tailor-made for him. Whittaker is too fast, too swift. Yeah, he beats him easily. And especially with Adeleye, where he's finding his range better and sitting better on his punches. Right? Yeah, Dan Azeez is a sitting duck for him. But Willy Hutchinson, let's get that fight ASAP, my guys, so we can measure him up. See how he does with fighters such as Richards, Boatsy, you know, or even Anthony Yard. Even though Anthony Yard has not fought any of those fighters that I've mentioned, his performance lately have not been the best, my guys, my people. Went 2-0 against that Armenian fighter. This name just escaped my mind, but I don't blame myself. He's an obscured fighter, right? We don't really know much of him here in the UK. And in his last bout, his trilogy with Arthur, not looking great. Didn't look great, my guys, my people. And that fight, most people saw a clear win. For me, it was very confusing. I left, like, when that fight ended, I found it hard to, although in the closing rounds, Yard he picked up the pace, right? And he was clearly winning the rounds, right? But he still left me confused because the earlier rounds, the vast majority of them, I'll say up to round 6, Lyndon Arthur looked like he could have been edging it. I ain't gonna lie, he could have been edging it. So I was very confused. He left me confused, you know, to tell you the truth. But that's what we have. That's what we have so far, my guys, for Ben Whittaker. But Whittaker, listen, Callum Simpson, he wants to fight. You've been dissing his missus, so he wants to fight. You told her to shut up in the aftermath of Chris Eubank Jr. versus Conor Benn at that fight there. Told her to shut up after the security asked Callum and his missus to follow you guys, and he came with you guys, and you said no, not them, and she tried to explain to you why they're following you guys, and you told her to shut up. And so Callum Simpson, he says we can do this fight. If not for now, just remember, somewhere along the line, that fight has got to happen. That beef has got to be settled in the ring, my guys, my people. I think I've said a lot. But I think I can squeeze one more in, my guys, my people. We know we have on the 16th of August Moses Itama versus Dillian Whyte, and we know the undercard was supposed to be Nick Bull, Sam Goodman, and also Kakashi versus Ray Ford. But who the hell made this matchmaking? Adeleye versus Hrgovic. I don't know if Adeleye is ready. Hrgovic is still a world-class fighter, regardless of how he performed against Daniel Dubois, and I would say didn't look like a great Hrgovic against Joe Joyce, who is, we can say, confirmed that he's a shot fighter. He's not the same fighter. Struggled with Derek Chisora, who beat him, right? And got smashed to pieces by Zhile Zhang, not once but twice, very early in the bout, my guys, both times. So I'm not sure, my guys, my people, though, still that Hrgovic, it's not a great matchup for Adeleye. However, he's got to get it moving, and I think it's winnable. But he has to bring the fight to Hrgovic, who has stamina issues, right? He starts gassing out, and when the pressure is put on him, you make it a rough fight, just like Daniel Dubois did. Then, of course, Adeleye has a chance, I believe. Not a huge chance, but definitely has a chance. And yeah, that's how he's got to make it in order to squeeze a win from this one. Yes, he was supposed to rematch Jamie TKV, so I guess that's not an option right now, my guys, my people. And what's his name was supposed to meet the winner of that fight for the British title. Dave Allen was supposed to meet the winner of that fight. But Dave Allen now, they are saying Deontay Wilder, my guys, for Dave Allen. I say, let's get him. And it is possible that we're going to get this fight because Malik Scott, who's Deontay Wilder's trainer, says they like that fight. So Deontay Wilder, who is fighting, I believe, on the 28th of this month, right? Is it this month? Right, he's going up against Terrell Hendon, a journeyman. We expect him to clear ahead of Hendon and come away with the win. There's also talks of him and AJ. I don't know, but I don't even know about AJ right now, what's going to happen, to tell you the truth. But yes, the Allen fight, Dave Allen fight, they want that fight. So as long as Eddie Hearn wants to fight, that fight can happen because Wilder wants that fight. So yeah, and so does Allen. Dave Allen, my guys, my people. So that fight can definitely happen. I think though that Allen, for obvious reasons, slow feet, not super athletic, is tailor-made for Deontay Wilder. Regardless, people think Deontay Wilder is a shot fighter. We shall see, though, what type of a fighter he may well be in a Dave Allen fight after we witness him with, of course, Terrell Hendon, my guys, my people. And yes, I did mention Anthony Joshua, my guys, my people. But first, though, Dillian Whyte versus Moses Itama. Already made a video for that. I ain't gonna talk no more. Great fight. Let's get it, my guys. It has been confirmed already. They are leading the card, my guys, my people. August 16th, my guys, my people. Let's get it. As for Anthony Joshua, well, yeah, that's what I missed out. Eddie Hearn's announcement. Anthony Joshua in 2026 maybe retiring, my guys. It may be his last year. And Eddie Hearn says he only has 3 fights in him, my guys, my people. Possibly, it could be the winner of Usyk Dubois, right? Or Tyson Fury in a 2-fight deal. I don't know about Tyson Fury. Fury is still going on about retirement, my guys, my people. So as soon as you hear all these top legends retiring now, the old guards talking about retirement, Fury's sitting in retirement right now. And AJ's talking about retirement. Usyk is talking about he's only got 2 fights left in him. You know, so yeah, the old guards are going so great that Moses Itama is fighting, of course, Dillian Whyte, my guys, my people, because we need some new young champions to take over the game. And Itama, for me, is number one. Is number one. Although Haney could be a threat after we saw his performance against Fabio Wardley. Even goddamn Wardley with that thunderous right hand could be a contender as well, my guys. And Teramoa, who's fighting this weekend in the undercard of Richardson Hitchins versus George Kambosos, my guys, my people, for the IBF strap at 140 pounds. The defending champion, Richardson Hitchins, my guys, my people. I think this is going to be a great fight. Let's get it, my guys. But I got Hitchins, my guys, because he's the more disciplined fighter. He's the more all-rounded fighter, boxer, can move, not a huge puncher, you know, doesn't like to engage much, as I've seen. But I think, you know, George Kambosos, who's not a huge puncher either, gives the opportunity for Hitchins to be able to engage and make it an interesting fight. I think this would be a more interesting fight than the Hitchins-Paro fight. And I like Kambosos because every time he shows up, he comes to fight, my guys, regardless. That every time he's stepped up to those elite fighters, such as Devin the Dream Haney, Vasily Lomachenko, of course, Teofimo Lopez, not an elite fighter, Teofimo Lopez, but we'll put him there anyway. Yes, George Kambosos has lost to them all, but he's also got some great wins. He's got Mickey Bay, he has got Maxi Hughes, controversial, you know, result in that fight, though, I would have to say. And who else does he have? He has Teofimo Lopez. Did I say he lost to Teofimo Lopez? No, he didn't. He beat Teofimo Lopez, surprisingly, my guys, my people. But look, people, that's all I have for you on this one. Before you leave, my guys, my people, do like, do share, subscribe, and of course, drop your comments below. And as always, stay super, super blessed.